Good evening, Europe. Welcome to the Eurosounds first edition.
That's right. Over the last few weeks, 36 acts have competed for a spot in the grand final, but only 24 made it through the semifinals, or they were automatic qualifiers. And now one of those 24 acts has the chance to win this historical first edition.
Yes. Now you might ask yourself how the winner will be determined. The voting consists out of 50% jury votes and 50% public vote from you, the viewers at home. Each jury has ranked all 24 acts, and the first place will get 12 points, the second will receive 10 points, the third 8 points, and the other 7 countries following will receive 1 to 7 points, just like in the actual Eurovision.
The other 50% of points have been decided by you, the viewers watching at home. And in the end, we will add those points given from you to each act, and then we will have our winner of the Eurosounds first edition.
But before we find out, let's take a listen to all the 24 acts competing.
Trese dole, spusti se, nikoga ne poznaje. Pije samo dodaje, neće ni da prestaje. Probably thinking I'm techniconnect. Second, let me tell you, I could be your daddy. Bling, bling, put you down like a ching chang. I could be your daddy. I could be your daddy.
In the Bible it said God would send a fool to shame the wise. You still didn't see me coming, did ya? Surprise, not a preacher, not a pastor. I ain't lived a righteous life. Just an addict on their knees with their face towards the light. When it hits you hard, when it's tearing you apart, everything you lost will be restored. Everything you lost is still yours. When the light is gone. Je vais monter la sono, m'oublier dans la nuit, repenser à tes défauts, à ma folie. Je vais monter la sono, oublier ce qui nous lie, repenser tous tes défauts, à la folie. À quoi bon recommencer? J'ai trop perdu, j'ai trop donné. À quoi bon tout ressasser? J'ai tout perdu, je t'ai tout donné.
Ndër për jet, yeah. Qa me nove për nëjna për ty e po kaj ta shoj zemër ti atë film kur s'ki me ba. Aj qka banu i sajna me mu nuk i shansa s'po vuj po kam jen me kish me zë. Po thu tu ka thy zemra, zemra. dans när du vill dans. Du har ingen ramar, för du vill ju komma hem när vi har hinanden. Vi är dansar på något särlig för månen.
La troviamo la calma, se non trovi la strada ne costruiamo un'altra, lasciami un tiro ancora, vedo arrivare l'alba, la dedico a chi resta, la dedico a chi manca. Io, l'unica casa che esiste davvero, lei, l'unica casa che esiste davvero, noi, l'unica casa che esiste davvero, lei, l'unica casa che esiste davvero, io, l'unica casa.
Як біжить швидко час, я надіюсь, він за нас. У мене їде дах у всіх на очах. Я спалила листи, щоб забути, хто ти. У мене їде дах у всіх на очах. I za to daj, nek se bez oslobodi. Jer ovakva se jednom dogodi. Ti mi si fin, bebe, a one pijane. Same su birale tebe, ako im krizene. Ti mi si fin, to ja ti. Δεν έχω άλλο χρόνο, άμα δεν θέλεις έφυγα. Δικαιολογίες μόνο, μισόλογα και ψέματα. Πες μια φορά την αλήθεια, πες σαν αλήθεια μ' αγαπάς. Πάψε να παίζεις παιχνίδια, πες το μου αν. Έλα, πες. Πόσα μου πετάγει ξαναπεί, αλήθεια. Δεν δουλεύει πίψε λογαζί, αλήθεια. Είπα πως δεν θέλω να είμαστε μαζί, αλήθεια. Ναι, βαρέθηκα τα ίδια και τα ίδια. Πόσα μου πετάγει ξαναπεί, αλήθεια. Δεν δουλεύει πια ψιλογαζί. Hero, sci-fi, I got 9 lives. I was dead, now I'm alive. Seen it all at 25. Hero, sci-fi, I got 9 lives. I was dead, now I'm alive. Seen it all at 25. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. Bring it.
Dein Blick, sonst nichts. Und ich weiß, ich bin sowas von gefickt. Draußen ist blaues Licht, aber bitte geh noch nicht. Dein Blick, sonst nichts. Ich bin sowas von gefickt. Draußen ist blaues Licht, aber bitte geh noch nicht.
Wish I could look in the mirror and see myself, and no one else has hands on my body. Like change, I'll break 'em off, I'll be strong enough. Did it make you feel like you meant to leave me if I told them what you did? Guess that's just what happens to them younger girls like me. You can.
Wanneer komt het moment dat iedereen die ik ken weet dat jij van mij bent voor altijd? Wanneer komt nog die dag dat ik het uitschreeuwen mag? Hou me vast voor altijd. En ik vier met jou de nacht. En ik vlieg met jou vannacht.
Viva la vida, mi ska bli gritano. Livet ska leves, baby, vi kör på. En gång till. Vi lagar upp, let's go. Pitchen lager show. Du sänkt som en egen men du dansar som en host. Säger viva la vida, lever som aldrig förr.
Wow! Now those were our 24 competing acts. I really don't have a clue who is going to win this edition. So Barbara, are we ready to find out who the winner of the Eurosounds first edition is?
Yes, we are ready. We will now connect to all 24 finalists and see how their juries have voted, and the first country we will speak to is Germany. Good evening, Dimensiana.
Good evening, Berlin. Thank you for this amazing show. And now here are the results of the German jury. And finally, our 12 points go to the Netherlands.
Thank you, Germany. And now to our next jury. Good evening, Moldova.
Good evening. Now here are the first results from the Moldovan jury. Our 12 points go to Poland.
Thank you for your points, Moldova. Now, let's say, Guten Abend, Lithuania.
Good evening, Germany. What a great show this evening, and now the results of the Lithuanian jury. And now our 12 points go to Monaco.
Thank you. And now bonjour, France.
Bonsoir, Germany. Now here are the results of the French jury. 12 points go to Poland.
Mercy, France. And now could we receive the points from Sweden?
Hello, Germany. What an amazing show this was. And now the results of the Swedish jury. Our 12 points go to Serbia.
Danke, Sweden. Next up is Malta. Good evening.
Good evening, Berlin. Here are the results from Malta's jury. And now 12 points go to Italy.
Thank you, Malta. And now good evening, Croatia.
Yes, hello, Germany. Now it's time for the results of the Croatian jury. Our 12 points go to Albania.
Thank you, baby lasagna. And now, good evening, Albania.
Hi there. Now the results from Albania. Our 12 points go to Monaco.
Now let's say good evening to KSI in London. Could we receive your points, please?
Good evening. What an honor to be here. And now the results from the British jury. And finally, our 12 points go to Denmark.
Thank you, London. Now we move to Ukraine. Good evening.
Hello, Germany. Thank you for this amazing show. Now it's time for Ukraine's points. Our 12 points go to Montenegro.
Thanks, Ukraine, and now good evening, Rome.
Good evening. Here are the results from Italy. And now 12 points go to Ukraine.
Thanks, Italy. And now good evening to the smallest country in the final Hello Monaco.
Hello, Berlin. Here are the points from Monaco. Finally, our 12 points. They go to Albania.
Thanks, Monaco. Now that half of the juries have voted, let's take a look at the current top 3.
Як біжить швидко час, я надіюсь, він за нас. У мене їде дах у всіх на очах. Я спалила листи, щоб забути, хто ти. У мене їде дах у всіх на очах.
Now let's continue. Good evening, San Marino.
Good evening, Germany. Here are the results from San Marino. $12 points go to Italy.
Thanks for your votes. Next up in line is Slovenia. Good evening.
Good evening. Now the results from Slovenia. $12 points go to Sweden.
Thank you. And now good evening to one of our neighbors. Hello, Netherlands.
Good evening, Berlin. Here are the results from the Dutch jury. And now 12 points go to Ukraine.
Thank you, Amsterdam. Next up, Finland. Good evening, Erica.
Hello, Nina, and hello, Barbara. What a great show this was. And now the points from Finland. 12 points will go to Albania.
Dankeschön, Finland, and now hello, Serbia.
Hello, Berlin. Here are the results from Serbia. Our 12 points go to Albania.
Thanks, Serbia. And now, hello to our northern neighbor. Good evening, Denmark.
Hello, Germany. Here are the results of the Danish jury. Our 12 points go to Norway.
Thank you. Now, good evening, Luxembourg.
Good evening. Here are Luxembourg's results. And finally, our 12 points go to Poland.
Thanks to you, Luxembourg. And now, good evening, Poland.
Hello, Berlin. What a great show you put together. And now the results of the Polish jury. 12 points go to Montenegro.
Thanks, Poland. Now we move on to Greece. Good evening.
Good evening, Berlin. Here are the points from the Greek jury. And now 12 points go to Italy.
Thank you, Greece. And now, good evening, Nina in Montenegro.
Hello, Germany. Here are the results from our jury. And now 12 points go to Denmark.
Thank you, Nina. And now we say Grüezi to Switzerland.
Guten Abend, Germany. Here are the results from the Swiss jury. Our 12 points go to Italy.
Thank you, Nemo. And now we go to the last jury of the evening. Good evening, Norway.
Good evening. Here are the results from the Norwegian jury. And now the last 12 points of this edition go to Moldova.
Thank you. Now, those were our 24 juries, and let's take a short listen to the current top 6, which would be the automatic qualifiers for the next edition before we move on to the online voting.
Je montais la sono, m'oublier dans la nuit, repenser à tes défauts, à ma folie. Je montais la sono, oublier ce qui nous lie, repenser tous tes défauts, à la folie. À quoi bon recommencer? J'ai trop perdu, j'ai trop donné. À quoi bon tout ressasser? J'ai tout perdu, je t'ai tout donné. Trese dole, spusti se, nikoga ne poznaje. Pije samo dodaje, neće ni da prestaje. Nova Боже, які ви ще сили, Маш? Тю, ну що? Як біжить швидко час, я надіюсь, він за нас. У мене їде дах, у всіх на очах. Я спалила листи, щоб забути, хто ти. У мене їде дах, у всіх на очах. Under përjet, yeah. Qa me rove për nalna për ty e po kajta shoj zemër ti atë film kur s'ki me ba. A qko banu i sajna me mu nuk i shansa s'po vuj po kam jen me kish me zo. Po thu tu ka thuj zemra, zemra. Ta jepi dorën për rana, rana.
Okay, so here we are. The tension is rising, and we will now reveal the scores that you, the viewers, have given to each song. We will start with the country that has received the lowest score from the juries, which is Malta, and then we will work our way up until Finland. And after that, we will have the winner of the Eurosounds first edition. Now we start with Malta. In Malta, you have received 24 points.
Next up is Serbia, and Serbia the public has given you 42 points.
Now the Netherlands, and the Netherlands has received 68 points from the public.
We go on to Switzerland. Switzerland, you got 25 points.
Okay, now the UK. And the UK has received 43 points.
We move on to Slovenia, and Slovenia, the public gave you 33 points.
Now we go to the country hosting, Germany. And Germany, the public has given you 79 points.
Dein Blick, sonst nichts. Und ich weiß, ich bin sowas von gefickt. Draußen ist blaues Licht, aber bitte geh noch nicht. Dein Blick, sonst nichts. Ich bin sowas von gefickt. Draußen ist blaues Licht, aber bitte geh noch nicht.
Next up is Lithuania, and Lithuania the public has given you 53 points.
Now France. And France, are you ready? Because you have received 85 points from the public.
This puts France into the lead. And now we move on to Croatia. You got 70 points.
And now we go to Norway. You got 27 points.
Next up is San Marino. And San Marino, you have received, I am sorry, 24 points.
We move on to Greece, and Greece has received 86 points from the public.
Πόσα μου που τα έχει ξαναπεί. έχει ξαναπεί. Αλήθεια, με δουλεύει και ψιλοβαζεί.
Now Luxembourg, and Luxembourg has gotten 32 points.
So, we have arrived at the jury's top 10. Now Sweden, and Sweden has gotten 81 points from the public, which is enough to get on top of the scoreboard. Now Moldova. And Moldova, the online voting has given you 64 points.
Now we go to Denmark. Denmark, you got 48 points.
Currently, there are only 7 countries left to receive points, and Sweden is still in the lead. So now we go to the smallest country competing, Monaco. You got 44 points.
Now Poland. Poland, the public has given you 65 points.
So this is it, the jury's top 5. Either one of you or Sweden will win the Eurosounds first edition. So, we move on to Montenegro, and Montenegro you got 116 points.
Next up is Ukraine. Ukraine, you were shared first in the odds, but will you be first in the competition? So Ukraine, you have received. Are you ready? 101 points.
Three countries left, and Albania is the next country to receive their points. Albania, you got 71 points. So Montenegro is still in the lead.
This means it's either Montenegro or one of the 2 countries that will win this first edition. Now Italy. Italy, the public has given you 58 points.
So this is the moment we all have been waiting for. Either Montenegro or Finland will win the Eurosounds first edition. So now, Finland, to win you need 88 points. Finland, are you ready? Finland, the public has given you 53 points, which is not enough to pass Montenegro. So, the winner of the Eurosounds first edition is Montenegro. Congratulations.
Spusti se, nikoga ne poznaje, pije samo dodaje, večeri da prestaje.